Hey, what's up? My name's Babsy, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
What's up, guys? Rob here from Live Entertainment. I'm hanging out here outside the Avalon with Babsy. I'm excited to be talking to you, man. Congratulations. Tonight's a good night, man.
Yeah, very excited, very stoked to be here.
Yeah, dope. You're opening up for San Holo for today.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, big 10-year anniversary for him as well.
Yep.
For you, I want to talk about that collaboration between you and San, and how were you able to become part of Bitbird?
Honestly, just putting out songs and been releasing quite frequently, and we got in contact. Hit up my manager and we got in contact with him, and his team's great. Like, I think, is it Isabella? Yeah, Isabella over his team. It's just amazing, and been talking to her, and we signed a couple songs, and we're just that was it. That was history from there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And, tonight's going to be a big night, like we mentioned. You just dropped a single today, I Just Wanna, which is incredible as well. Let's dive in and talk about that creative process. Like, obviously, every song that you create is a little different than the last. And you kind of give us different types of sounds and styles at the same time. Like, I'm curious what really kickstarted the writing process for I Just Wanna.
That one was interesting. I got some UK drums, some like UKG drums. I'm like, I'm gonna try something different. Been making house music this whole time. Let's try something different, a little bit harder, a little bit edgier. And then I had my girlfriend who I live with. She actually threw down the vocals on that, like a quick little, little nasty vocal, and then it just came together, and we sent it over to Bitbird, and that was it. It's honestly one of the easier tracks I think I've made.
Yeah.
But sometimes I've realized the less you put into a track, the more people like it. When you make these complex tracks, I realize people don't even give you the light of day about them, which you're like, no, that's my favorite one. But it's like, no, we like this one.
Yeah,
like,
the simpler the better sometimes, I guess, right?
Yeah, every time. Every time.
The fact that you added these kinds of drums as well, or you thought about these drums, you're a drummer yourself. So going back to like when you started drumming to now the music that you're creating and thinking and incorporating the drums, how do you think that that's kind of evolved in your music?
I mean, the drums have definitely helped. I think I excel with the drums on my songs, but man, I haven't played the drums in probably 5-6 years, so I'm definitely rusty on the kit, but the rhythm stays. I can get on the computer and put some drums down, and it's definitely helped. Yeah.
Now, I mentioned like you tend to give us different styles and sounds every time you create something, which is beautiful. I love that you don't stick to one lane.
Yeah.
For you, like, do you think of this when you're creating, or is this just a natural kind of process and it just naturally happens every time you're creating something new?
I'd say half the time it's natural. Just an idea clicks in the head. I start going from there. The other half is, I listen to so many songs and so much music, so many different genres that I'll be listening to a song and I'm like, oh, I want to make this. I've never made anything like this. I want to try it. And then somehow it ends up in my own style, which is cool. But now, like, oh, I know I can make that now. I know I can make this styled song, or because I've been making house music right now, but I know I can make dubstep songs, or, so that's kind of what I've been doing lately.
Where do you feel like you've been challenged the most in the songs that you've created so far?
That I've put out?
Yeah.
Songs with complex vocals are tough for me, because I've realized you can produce, and then you have people who are good at producing vocals.
Yeah.
That's an art on its own, man. Mixing vocals is an art on its own. So that's probably where I've struggled the most, is certain songs, like even with my lady, her vocals, because I have a song with her, it's called Like This, and man, it's a battle. It's a battle too, because I live with her too, so I can't say much, but that's tough. But yeah, definitely I'd have to say vocals are just tough, man.
So vocals with her, you've had Gene Taylor a lot in your music. How did that kind of kickstart? Was it something that you heard her sing and you're like, shit, you got to be on a track? Or is this something that you guys collectively or actively tried to do from the very first time you started to collaborate together?
Well, that's actually kind of how I met her too, because someone showed me that she was a singer, and I'm like, I'm gonna talk to her, and we're getting some vocals, and we started, working, hanging out, and then it was history from there.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how we got in right there. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, we're gonna make some good music.
How would you say that she's allowed you or helped you to learn to also become a vocalist? Because, in 2023, you had a couple songs where you had a little bit of vocals into it. So, and you didn't seem so comfortable with it. Like, so now, do you feel like now you're comfortable when you get on that mic and put
No,
those vocals on?
no. I'll wait till she leaves the house, and I'll start belting. Yeah, no, it's definitely like behind closed doors. It's one of those things too. Like, I can sing other songs, right, that have been out. Like, I love Majid Jordan. Like, I'll sing Majid Jordan songs all day long.
Yeah.
But when it comes to recording it, I'm like, oh no, this sounds so bad. So it's tough, man. That's a tough thing to get by.
Yeah, but you've done it. You've released music with your vocals.
Yeah.
So was that something that was easy for you once you recorded it, or even thinking about
Yeah.
recording it?
Yeah.
Was it easy for you to get into that booth and do it, or did it take you some time to let yourself feel comfortable to do that?
It took some time, but it's getting better. It's getting better. And I don't really write songs that are super complex, right? I just write essentially just a hook
Yeah.
that I know everyone's going to sing along. I mean, I've gone to so many of these raves. I know everyone just wants to hear, one line and just sing it the whole time. And I'm like, okay, I can do that for sure. So that's what I've stuck to. And it's actually been kind of easy, but it's kind of like a one take thing. If I can't get it in one or two takes, I get frustrated. And I'm like, I'm moving on.
Talk to me about your just process in general when you're thinking of music, you're thinking of the live show, or do you think of the live show when you're creating the music, or do you do that afterwards?
Oh, dude, I'm daydreaming the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Coachella, right? Like, just like
that's the way to go, right?
When I hear a good song and I know like I got a really good song, I'm like, I picture myself just playing at sunset at Coachella and just EDC, like any of these. I'm just like, I sit there and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna create this reality.
Yeah.
So definitely.
So you've got this like rock band kind of background. You got this rock band kind of background.
Yeah.
Actually, the rock school that you went to, I had a friend that was actually teaching there for a while.
Rock Nation?
Rock Nation.
Dude, I feel like
Back
you're
in
like
the day.
Nardwar right now. How do you know all this stuff?
But I love that you've been part of. I mean, you understand what it is to be in a band, right?
Yeah.
Like, perform and stuff like that. And a lot of these artists, electronic artists, they come from that world. Like I had the same conversation with San, where it's like he's a guitarist, like he's been in a band,
He rips
he's been
too.
in bands. Yeah. So for you, like, do you think about that band aspect when you're creating this kind of music, or do they not even? Does it not even come to mind?
I think about it in the way of I eventually, when the shows start coming in and things start getting bigger, I kind of want to move away from the DJ scene and I want to do like a live show. So somehow I'll incorporate drums and I'll figure out how to play piano.
Yeah.
Kind of thing like that. So I definitely think about it. My brother's a really sick guitar player too, so I'd love to bring him in somehow. But the instruments, drums, guitars, the bass, piano, like that stuff's forever, man.
Yeah.
It's like I'm sure DJing is gonna last a long time, but
Yeah.
you can't beat instruments.
Yeah.
Definitely thinking about it all the time.
When you go on and do your live shows, how different are your live shows compared to what we listen to on the streams?
Oh, what do you mean? Like when I'm playing right now?
When you're playing right now, yeah. How different is that experience versus us listening to it on Spotify or Apple Music?
I mean, when you kind of listen to my discography, it's a little more vibey, softer. I kind of got a little more edgy with the Just Wanna track, but I throw in some harder songs.
Yeah.
Like I'll play some dubstep, and
Nice.
I know what the people want to hear, and yeah, that's where I'll kind of differ right there.
Yeah.
So
In 2023, you had an amazing moment with Everywhere.
Yeah.
That song blew up on social media. I'm curious for you as an artist, like what kind of impact did that have? Not just on your exposure, but also like your creative process, because now you see like they're gravitating to something like this. So
Yeah.
did that impact you at all in any way?
Yeah, it kind of showed me what everyone kind of wanted to hear, but then also too it was tough in ways because I'm like, how am I going to top this? Like,
That's scary.
it's hard. I still haven't, but we're coming for it. But yeah, it was a good awakening too, because I'm like, dude, I've just been making beats in my room, and
Yeah.
like this song blew up because I did some weird dance on TikTok, and it went like one of those things where I said you do nothing, like
Yeah.
you spend all this time on something cool, and then you do this dumb little dance on TikTok, and you got 3 million views or something crazy. So, but yeah, it's yeah.
You got to figure out a new dance.
Yeah, I've been trying, man. I thought it was the White Sox. Like, I don't think so.
What's next for you? You just dropped this song today. Like, what are the plans as far as like releasing music? Are you in the singles game? Are you thinking of like a body of work? Like, where are you at as far as that goes?
Singles game for now. I'd say in the next couple of months, just trying to get some workout, trying to get more established. I'd say I feel like I'm kind of got my foot in the door now.
Yeah.
And definitely putting songs aside for an EP. I really want to do an EP.
Okay.
I did that one Dissociation back, I don't know,
23, I think.
23.
Right?
I think right at the beginning, right before the Everywhere song, or right before I got signed.
Yeah.
And I did that EP, but I feel like my music's evolved from that, so I'm ready to do another one.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't wait. I think about it all the time. Like, I really want to do an EP. I want to get the cover art. I want to get the color scheme, like everything.
Yeah.
I want to sit down and do all this.
That'd be cool. I
Yeah.
mean, when that moment comes, I feel like you're going to be extremely busy.
Probably. I hope so.
Hopefully the vocals come out of that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Definitely.
So sometimes you send a song to someone. You wrote this earlier. You can send a song to someone, a good song to someone, and it can change their lives, right?
Yeah.
For you, who was that person, or what was that song that you listened to? Or
I
what
said that?
You said that, man.
When did I say that?
This is a while ago.
Really? What did I say? What did I say?
You posted it on your social media.
I did?
You did.
I can send it. What was it?
It was. I'm gonna read it from here.
Okay.
Sometimes sending someone a good song is all it takes to change their life. You were in the woods or in the mountain. So
who
I'm
did
curious.
I send that to? Sending a good song is.
So who has sent you a good song that has changed your life, or who has done
It's
that? Or
probably
what song has
something
done that
I
for you?
sent. And I don't mean that like an egotistical way. I've always been, I feel like my friends will vouch for me. I've always been like the dictionary in my head for all
Yeah.
the songs. Like, what song is that? I'm like, I know what it is. I'm always sending them songs, but it's probably, he's around the corner. It's my best friend, Tate. It's probably him. Yeah.
To close us off, what was it about this industry that really made you want to be part of it? It's not an easy industry to be in.
No.
It's super challenging, and it's at many times like it messes with your mental health.
Oh, 100%.
So what was it about this industry that made you want to be part of it? And then during those trials and tribulations, how were you able to overcome that?
I would say I really just like seeing people have a good time. And like I said, I've been to these raves and I've been to these shows, and like people are there to get away from stuff, you know? And if I can do anything in my power to help someone in that crowd, like I'm winning. That's it, you know? And it's helped me so much. Like going to these shows and the feelings that certain songs bring you, and it's, I mean, frequencies, man. It's
Yeah.
the good frequencies help. You know, I'm sure you've been to those shows where you're like, this is kind of tweaking me out a little
Yeah.
bit, you know, like, but like, even like for Son, like the music, I mean, when I first heard his music, what, 2016 or something, 2017, and I mean, instantly fell in love. Like
Yeah.
this music makes you feel so good, and that's what we're here for, right? I mean, I want to feel good. I want everyone else to feel good. Like when I play my shows, I want people to be happy and just having a good time, right? Just keeping the party going. So,
Awesome, man.
Yeah,
We'll keep it going. I can't wait for more. I can't wait to see you on that Coachella stage someday.
it's gonna happen.
Dude, thanks so much for hanging out with me.
Yeah.
You guys be sure to check out Babsy. New single, I Just Wanna, is out now. And thanks for watching on Front Row Live.
Love you guys.